Today we're gonna talk about leavening agents that add air to our baking products, and um, why we do that is because no one likes to eat bread with the density of a neutron star. Unfortunately, I had cases where I baked at home the breads that didn't rise and they become really hard, and that especially happens when we have guests. So knowing the leavening agents is helping me prepare better to create more fluffy, puffy products. Um, there are two types in general of leavening agents, or three types. So one of chemical reaction, the others are microbiological with microorganisms, and the rest are just called them mix or others. I will start with the chemical reaction. That's usually the most used is baking soda. So soda reacts with acids and creates bubbles. So we'll do and examples of acids are cream of tartar, um, vitamin C is absorbic acid, lemon, there is acid in yogurt because of the lactobacillus bacteria that produce acid, vinegar. So the soda reacts with the vinegar, and the soda neutralizes or takes the pH to normal level, so it's not acidic. And now we'll show how it reacts with acid like vinegar, and you can imagine how that would add bubble to your bake if it's a muffin or a flatbread. Can we do it closer? So I'll pour a little um, vinegar, so it just creates carbon dioxide bubbles, and if we have medium to catch these bubbles like dough, they will stay inside. And as you can see, this reaction is not increasing over time, so it's for instant baking, and we should be careful how much soda we put and acid because it could affect the taste. Baking powder is soda with already added acid, but there is also cornstarch inside it, so it doesn't activate, so it just needs more amount of baking powder comparing to salt. And this is what we have is self-rising flour. So things like scones, cakes, sometimes pancakes, they use soda because we want to do them quickly. We don't want to wait for the flour to rise. The second type of microbiological leavening agents are yeast. Yeast, there could be instant yeast, active yeast, or fresh yeast. So they're all very similar in the sense that the yeast is a little fungi, one cell fungi, so they could live together with other organisms, bacteria. And what's happening is the yeast consumes the carbs from the food we give them, most of the time flour, and as a result they produce carbon dioxide and alcohol. And the great thing is that as the yeast consumes, it multiplies. So the more yeast we have in the dough, like for example in 4 hours, the more bubbles we'll see, the dough will rise. But after they eat all the food we've given them, they no longer reproduce, and they no longer are that active to produce bubbles. So that's why about 4 to 6 hours. That's the best timing they could do. And we have sourdough starter. So sourdough starter is a farm, microorganism farm that we feed with. Here is a old sourdough starter which I haven't fed for a while. This is brand new. I'm starting now. So here we have bacteria and fungi living together that do a slow fermentation. So they work really slow. They convert the sugar into carbon dioxide and alcohol again, and it just needs a lot more time than the store-bought is to consume, to convert that in energy to puff. However, products baked with yeast are generally dependent on taste and moisture of the other products. Products baked with yeast are good for a day, but the dough doesn't develop enough acidity to protect itself from mold, and it loses the moisture quicker, so yeast bread will dry up faster than a sourdough bread. So sourdough bread is known for being with a good taste, a little sour taste. It's known that to be digested slower in our stomach, so the energy is released slowly and the muscles can consume it while it's being released, rather than digested really quick and then the energy got stored in our body as fat. And the bread keeps moisture for longer, so it could be considered still fresh bread for 3-4 days, 5 days. And the last ones are egg whites or eggs. If we beat them, they contain the air inside, and if we're just gentle, we could add flour and mix it and still achieve bubbles, even though there is no agent to do it. This is for sponge cakes and other cakes. And steam could make like pastries to rice. And I got one more just for fun. It's sprinkles. They don't do rice, but they were together with the other. Yeah, so I took them. I wish they do. They do act as a leavening agent because they're sweet and nice. That's the basic overview. We will dive into more details about how to start your own sourdough starter, and I will post these ones. Cheers.